Hi, folks, and we are back to Mad Games Tycoon 2. Applesauce is studying up on graphic design because, well, our dev team is somewhat underskilled to make impeccably... Was it audio design that was lacking? Well, graphics and audio design were lacking, so impeccably presented games were not a thing with us. They worked, they're fun, they're ugly, and sound like you're scratching nails on a chalkboard, apparently. So we want to fix that. Contract work is being chopped down, like deforestation is a requirement for survival. Oh yes, Trials of the Sphinx is languishing in the doldrums of video game hell. Dante's last level of hell, Frozen. 227 sales last week. Catastrophic. Sphinx Artificer, though, and the much awaited Trials of the Sphinx 2 is coming. To fix everything. It's going to fix everything. Please fix everything. We need money. We need at least 2.5 million for the, oh my god. 2.5 million to buy a next space upgrade here. Not that we're making the most use of what we've got now. John Rymel. Great. Some other star I cannot afford. For dev contracts we could go for, but we're not going to. 691 in a week? That is not great. I was expecting more. It is on trend. From Taito, no less. Yeah, they're a 4-star. Sphinx Artificer is going down the ranks of the charts. And you're probably not going to be able to finish that without assistance. Okay, so let's move you here for a while. Do something for a change. Contracts will keep us afloat, people. They'll keep us afloat. Graphic design done. So, how good are you now? Still not that great. Need some more of that. Sound and oh my god, yeah, we'll need a lot more training. Lot more training. Graphic design for professionals. Come on. You need to learn how to doodle penises everywhere, because that is the most drawn thing, I assume. Come on, okay. 891, that is better, still not great. Okay, now we're talking. Now that's on track. Oh. Footstool just snapped my ankle. Trials of the Sphinx 2 now is on track to more than break even. Good. Good, good, good. May even be the target of a marketing campaign, hopefully. No contracts? No contracts. Okay. That means you can support this. Yes. Work that much, much faster now. Maybe we could... wait a minute, is that... Yeah, overcrowding from 4. Well, we can expand it a bit. Yeah, there we go. We could fit, what, one more at least? So now we could have our entire dev team, our actual dev team. Yeah. Everyone training at the same time. I mean, if there's anyone good to hire, apart from the uber expensive superstars, an all-rounder game designer. Not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, Trials of the Sphinx is... okay, dying. Slow, painful death. And we finished that contract. Plenty more where that came from, though. A debug controller, collision system, enemy AI, database. Alright. Yeah, let's keep going. We need our dev team to improve on the graphics. Yeah, some more. And then we're still gonna want to improve our audio for our next game. Yeah, well, at least it led to Trials of the Sphinx 2, so that's something, I guess. Oh my, we're missing the console wars. We need more money. We need to start making arcade cabinets or something. Need a lot more money to start getting in on the console hype train. It is 1978. Early days, but still. We want to be there with the big boys. The company that shall not be named. That starts with the letter coming after M. And rhymes with Starto. Okay, so let's see. And Sega, and then, well, obviously Sony and Microsoft, but to begin with, the big boys. I think we're taking that, at least for a while, and moving on to sound design, because on that front we are much, much worse. Oh yeah, we're catastrophically bad, in fact. Wow. We're terrible. Okay. No wonder our games had terrible sound design. Do we want to research anything specific? No engine features, no gameplay features, hardware and console, but we don't have that. B+ games, we're not up to full features yet. So it's either looking into another department like marketing which would not be a terrible idea. What we really need is enough space for graphics, sound, marketing, a workshop, and then start making enough money for a big expansion into console development and producing our own games. But 10 plus 5 million, that is some way away still. In our current condition, I think if we start making arcade cabinets, that's going to significantly turbocharge our financial muscle. Can we research subgenres and subtopics? I mean, subgenres and subtopics also, subgenres mostly change the layout of the specs. So it becomes a bit more difficult to actually pinpoint the ideal spec for games. It does sort of overlap audiences, so give and take. Give and take on the advantages there. It is still money. Our games aren't making millions, they're making hundreds of thousands. Maybe a topic or two. Start smashing a few of those. Curling, yeah, we're gonna make curling games. No, thanks. Crime. Many video games have crime themes. Okay, Sphinx Artificer is still selling enough to... Okay, no longer on the charts, but... Okay. Okay, 2.5 million is what we need to buy the space, but... Yeah. In fact, this space would be enough to have graphics and sound, I think. The cabinets, sound and graphics studios, I think. So that's 2.5 million. Plus the research for all of that, that's another million. Graphics, sound, yeah, that's another million. The workshop, yeah, 1.5. So we're looking at 4 million total just to get the things built. We're so far away from that. Even if we were to finance ourselves up to the eyeball, bank only would give us only 2, and that'd be a lot of repayment interest. There's no way we can fit in a cabinet, an arcade cabinet thing here. No way. Yeah, so I need to start making bank, significantly more bank with the games we produce. Yeah, okay, let's get our professionals up to speed is what I think we need. Once we have a team of highly skilled game devs that can knock spectacular games one after the other, we'll be fine. Fingers crossed.
I'm just calling to say
Maybe we could have marketing. Marketing is very important to... Then again, if games don't sell that much in terms of total copies, marketing is too expensive to be worth it for that high level hype. We'd have the additional tools that could boost the hype pre-release. So that would help to a degree, even if we just had the one person in there. I don't think we have the space yet. It has to be 3-on-3, 3 squares by 3. Maybe we could fit it there or something. Yeah, it'd be a tight fit, but I think we could have marketing there. Training with a door there. We could possibly even expand, yeah, the toilets and the lounge 1 square over. Have enough room. Well, not really. To expand development. No, not really. Could have marketing. That could boost sales overall. Not sure if it's worth the investment just yet, just as we're trying to have a decent dev team, though. Yeah, let's focus on that. So, how is that coming along? Not great. Very slowly. Should be aiming to develop another game, yeah, starting in 2 weeks, so by the time this is finished, in fact, I think. Don't just sit there, do something. Let's research spaceships. Oh, a lot of new people. Anyone good? Not really. The all-rounder game designer. Yeah, we're gonna have to develop a new game there, so... should we really go for marketing? That's another 200? 200,000. Do we want to do that? I think it's actually more efficient just have a subtopic, first of all. That allowed us to have... yeah, to cover different topic combinations, bring in more people to each game. I don't know if that's how it's working under the hood of the game mechanics, but I think more topics in a single game brings in a larger audience slice than just the one topic. And if it doesn't, it should. Game devs. Ooh, I think we need another round of training before... No, we need to get another game to market. So, let's get our fine folk into the dev room. We go. Into the breach. My dear friends. Let's slip the dog. I did not... crap. I meant to cancel the support. That just cost us big money. Okay. Crap. Ugh. Okay. Stupid move. Very stupid move. My god, that's a waste. That is an incredible waste. Learn with my mistakes. So. Make sure our engine is up to scratch. I don't think there's anything new. No, nothing recent. No, okay. Apple II, that's fine. And I think we're going to be developing... It's a big risk. It is a big risk, but we don't want to be repeating a lot of the same things over and over again. I mean, by the time it comes out, Sphinx Artificer will be on the downward trend already. In fact, it is already on a downward trend now. Summer is almost coming. So, now that I'm looking at that, if we make a game now, it's only going to be a month. Huh, we don't want to release a game in the summer slump. My god, I just did that for nothing, didn't I? Okay, make up the contract work you wasted by doing that. Thank you, do that quickly. 100,000 down the drain. Trials of the Sphinx isn't selling so well now. Okay, made up for the loss. Go back to training. Get those sound design skills up, please. Yeah, the average is still 23. My god, that's bad. Okay, well, that's something, an all-rounder researcher. Most useless thing to have as researcher, where you do only one thing. All-rounder programmer, but does not have the no mistakes. And I really like that. Avoiding bugs. Avoiding bugs saves a lot of time and hassle. Long run. Okay, we've got that. Might as well go for the subgenre as well. Like to cross genres. That's gonna take a while. Come on, study. You know you want to design better sounds. Beep beep boop 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 beep beep boop is about the extent of the quality sound design we can manage these days, but still, you gotta get those beeps and boops correct. Okay, Trials of the Sphinx is going to break even, but it's really slowing down way too much for my liking. Ah, there's a contract game. Okay, what we want is to end automation, not cancel task. Okay, still at 26 there for overall sound design levels. That should have a significant impact on the game design, so, because we were at, what, 10 instead of 30? That's 3 times as better. Okay. Oh no, okay, sorry. Thought for a second that we were still doing things. It's 3 times as good as 10 or better, right? I don't know if it's a linear measurement like that, but should be. Something like that. What is the game? Skill game. Okay, and does not pay all that much, so... It is for Tato, though. We like Tato. Not as in chips, although that as well, but... We want to have... we want to have Tato as our... Exclusive contract. We're at 3 hearts. So I think we should go for that contract game. Should try to hit it out of the park. Get that Tato exclusive. If we could get Sega. I would love me some of that. But realistically, it's probably Tato is as good as we can get for now. And an exclusive contract. I think that is going to be enough money to buy that and start getting into the arcade cabinet development and sound and graphics design studios. So we can really start making some seriously good video games. Okay, once you finish that sound design thing, so don't do anything automatically. That should be fairly quick, 27. Oh, that's 6 weeks, yeah, do that first. Cheap and easy and doesn't pay that much. Plus there was something we needed to research, I think. Okay, so that's done. Move on to the next smaller... Okay, that's less workload and pays a lot more than that, so do the dialogue for Konami. Right, gameplay. Yeah, cheat codes. Okay. That should be quick enough to input. If the game is too difficult for you, you can help yourself with cheat codes. So we'll have subgenres, subtopics, and cheat codes available to us now. Very nice. And music, not quite up to 30, but we're getting there. So, as everyone knows, graphics is a lot more important than music and sound, so we trained that up first. In fact, game design, oh yeah, we did not train up game design all that much, so that's lagging. But since I am the lead designer and I am the best at design, I think that sort of levels the playing field, and the game types we are developing now lean into game design more, so that's fine, I think. I'm pretty sure we were suffering a lot more with sound and graphics being just too poor for just the basic requirements at the current games market. Broke even. We're in the black for that. Okay, and finished that research as well. Good. Well, not that we have a lot of subtopics to choose from, might as well start Romaning... Oh, Romans and Roman Empires are different? Ooh. Robots. Video games and robots. Plenty of robots in video games. Ah! Crap. Password saves came up. Okay. New feature. A lot of new things coming up. We may have a full-time researcher on our hands that actually is needed from now on to constantly be working on new stuff. With the password, you can resume the game at a later time at the same position. Oh yeah. I remember the days when you had to keep passwords for, well, not in 1978, but late 80s and 90s, especially for console games. Like if you wanted to... In fact, many games didn't have save functions. They only had passwords, like Road Rash. Oh my god. Yes, Road Rash. Road Rash 2, my favorite of the bunch, well, the one that I played the most. That was a letter and numbers password you had to keep. Or UG. Like a German-developed game about Paleolithic flying taxis. Yeah, quite the descriptor. Like single-screen puzzle game for the Paleolithic flying taxis. If you don't know what that is, it is a fantastic puzzle game. That was also password-based, each level having a password. And, well, you did not want to have to go through some of those levels again, let me tell you. Bloody tough. Not all of them, but bloody tough, some of them. So, how is the overall panorama? Okay, it's over 30 at music sound design now. I think it's time. Let's leave the training for later. We have new features. In fact, we have QA. We have QA contracts that you should be working on. Storyboarding for Atari and new dialogue for Sega. Go for the quick one because we're gonna need you for a new game, I'm pretty sure. So no new features. Let's keep on topic and go for... Well, we were talking about Paleolithic. There were dinosaurs in that, so sort of fantasy Paleolithic. Let's do that and eventually make our own UG. As UGH, for the reference. Yeah, that's slower than I thought, but alright. So, the engines have all the features. No new engine features, so that's good. Don't need to work on that. We, what? Are going to make an Artificer follow-up, I think? Because that is still, yeah, not as much of a risk as making a role-playing game that we don't know much about. But before any of that, we're gonna pump out a contract skill game, Glob. Maybe that is their own version of UG, Glob. That's, yeah, Glob seems like a type of thing you would market to teenagers. Like those sticky monsters that came with chips packets. Special genre. Oh yeah, because we can now make 2. Yes. Let's get our experience on new genres just by selecting a subgenre. Yes, I had not thought about that advantage, but yeah, let's get our teeth into the mix that way. Excellent. So, doesn't need to be on topic, so that's not a problem. And aliens and plumbers. Glob seems appropriate. For the Apple II. We also only have 3 stars experience for that. Only the one language. And the Glob seems like Swedish to me. More than anything, yeah. And get our mono. Do we not... What? Do we not have a report for skill games? Kind of. So let's go for Skeleton Crew. Not a perfect reference, but yeah, copy the settings only. I wonder why that is not showing as good. Okay. Well, in any case, we did have letters for Artificer. Yes, we did. So, the sound controls more beginner-friendly and too much violence. There we go. Oh, that's not... Oh, yes. More beginner-friendly. So what do we reduce? What do we know is right? Game depth. So game depth, friendliness, and mission design were incorrect. It's not 6, it's not 7, it's not 5. So it must be 8 or something. More beginner friendly. Wow. Okay. And depth and mission design need to be lower then. Because if that's incorrect, it's a 7. That's a 4, so that's incorrect as well. That is incorrect as well. Yeah, not sure. Well, we'll see. So, we're up to 9 features now, so we're kind of closing in on the limits for including all the features in a B-level game. Let's start working on it. Yeah, we can make 27%. No problem. Bunch of new people. Ooh, okay, you're unlucky. That is not good. I would have liked you, but shame. 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 All-rounder is good. An all-rounder on anything other than a researcher, that is good. That extra 10 really helps. I think. Bugs? Trials of the Sphinx 2. Oh, we have to crush the bugs then. David Bazuchki. A researcher, my god. Why would you want a star researcher? Oh yeah, this research is all hyped up. Reading through these study materials. So glamorous. Let's go for what? Trains? UFOs? Vampires? Vikings? Cats? Alley Cat. Alley Cat was one of the first games I ever played. And CGA, no less. Cyan, magenta, and white and black. Come on, people. Work it, work it. I want to get one improvement in, maybe gameplay. But the QA is not contributing. They're both on the John. Well, game is too good for the contract anyway. Okay, definitely big improvement on the sound. Okay, next record with Taito. We're almost there. Graphics and sound, some way to go still, though. Okay. Yeah, spent more than we needed to putting on those needless features, but it gave us experience on those. So, now we are ready to... Oh yeah, we've been sort of neglecting the updates. That's not smart on our part, is it? No, that's super stupid on our part. We should have been updating this. Increase the longevity. And... oh my god, we didn't even crush the bugs. Stupid us. Okay. One last on Artificer. Pointless now, but... whatever. And I forgot to crush the bugs because I'm not used to a game having bugs now. There we go. So, those updates out. Summer slump is the ideal time to develop games, not to release them. There's a new contract out. Not Taito, so not interested. Still haven't finished the dialogue. My god, work, people, work! Right. I think it's time to develop a sequel to Sphinx Artificer. A sequel to Sphinx Artificer. Sphinx Artificer... as in plural. Target group all. And if we add a subgenre, that is going to be off. Yeah, that's why we didn't have the spec, because it had a subgenre, and that is off spec. We need a report for that. That is right. That's right. Stupid me. That is an entirely different spec to an actual straight-up skill game with a subgenre. Yeah, okay, so let's keep the horror, and since that is plus 16 plus, might as well go crime. Yeah, okay. Any licenses available for skill games that we can afford? Not really, that is way too expensive. Even if we could read it, saying Juso. If you know what that means, good for you. The fifth Musketeer. Not the five Musketeers, the fifth. So sort of a weak sauce spin-off on just the worst of the Musketeers. Yeah, okay. Leave that to the side. Let's, oh, any new, just the Radofen APVS. Came up a few months ago, it's already up to 1.4 million. Okay, may overtake the Bally Astrocade at that pace. But for the time being, yeah, let's focus on the big boys. Apple II. 2600, the One, and the Pet. My Pettious. What many games for that. Many games that are available for that. Yeah. Gonna fill out that experience gauge on these babies. So. Also, improving our mono sound. That's gonna improve our overall score on sound design, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so for this one we do have the spec. And they wanted more beginner friendliness. So we have to reduce that. They wanted less game depth. I think. Too much violence. Oh, that's a different thing. That was on too violent. So let's go for 1. Okay. See if that works. Let's add in the new features, because that's gonna help with gameplay technology, okay, we don't really need those, but more features will not hurt the quality of the game. There we go, work on that. Plus 40, because they like the previous game. And you, my friend, you can immediately start improving some of these aspects. "2D line graphics." Okay, that seriously bumped up. Primitive mono sound, come on sound. Okay, certainly better than up until now. We were at 50 to 60 by the end of development. Okay, time for the big booth, I think. Include all of our games. Still don't have a console, but Artificers, Sphinx 2, and Artificer 1. Ho ho! That is a big boost. 50% more fans than previously. That's gonna help sales, I hope. We have a new genre to strategy game. That is expensive though. We don't have that much money. Okay, they're already crushing bugs. Keyboard support, yeah, that's gonna come in handy when playing with mostly computers. Right, so 70 to 90, my god. Do we have the first good game on our hands here? Let's wait a week. Actually, it's the summer slump. Let's wait 3 weeks. Polish that turd. Polish it, polish it. In fact, it's just design, I think, right? The interface and whatnot. What the heck? It's gonna make it a lot more expensive, but... Polish the thing to perfection. $135 sound, 139 graphics. That is by far the best we've made, I think, in those 2 areas. Hot Turbo Racing 2. Oh, wow. A lot of contracts just showed up. week 3, I think we can think about releasing it next week. Summer Slump is over at the end of July, right? Continue for another week. Trials of the Sphinx 2 really did not. Probably a lack of updates that we sort of fell asleep on. Okay. Not as an impressive longevity as I was hoping for on Trials of the Sphinx 2. It did make money, not as much as we need. We need 305. Well, we need a lot more money than that. Arcane is what? What is the review on that? 66. And Trials of the Sphinx 2, 75. So if we had marketing bumps, yeah, I could have possibly kicked that up a notch. Yeah, Taito was not really doing so much heavy lifting as I was hoping for in the hype department. But we love them because they'll give us an exclusive contract, and that is millions, millions in the bank. That'll allow us to expand, start making arcade cabinets, graphics and sound studios, and own our own production. And, well, maybe not our own production yet, but once we start making arcade cabinets and have a solid game dev studio here, oh my god, the money will start pouring in, hopefully, fast enough so we can start making consoles. And then the world is our oyster. All of that, though, will be next time. Until then.